She goes by the name Crossroads Medium. She identifies as a psychic, empathic medium, a Reiki healer, a spiritual teacher, and a consultant. I am your host, Maria Gagliardi. Although professionally I'm a photographer and producer, my entire life has been centered around spirituality. And that's how I met Tia Carroll, the star of our show. So Tia, I've had a bunch of readings, but it always just ends there. You go home and it's like, okay, you had your reading, you think about it a bunch of times, but you go above and beyond to teach people their everyday life skills or to help them feel more attuned. Why did you go the teaching route and not just do the readings?
I think for me, growing up and going through this journey myself, I had others who went out of their way as well for me. And to be honest with you, it changed my life. And it just takes that one extra step. That's all it is. And so for me, being able to provide them with a reading, but then on top of that, being able to utilize, some of the things in my life that I've learned that they can change in their own life. It's the smallest little changes that we often overlook. And, those smallest little changes add up to something absolutely grand that can come into their future. It's just being able for them to recognize it and have the strength within themselves. And that's what I'm all about. So it's not just, I come from the heart. So it's not just about providing them information. I want to change them to be the best version of themselves.
So for the viewers out there, what can they expect? What kind of content can they expect to get? And what are you hoping that the viewers will receive from this web series?
They can definitely expect that I cover all different kind of aspects, but also being able to see that, even though you're not sitting right in front of me, there's always messages for everybody. And that could come from a past loved one. That can come from a spirit guide. That can come from just me, talking. Whether I'm, giving tips on different things such as, chakra alignments, to grounding, to spiritual connections, to how to build your confidence, and also how to release. So there's always a learning lesson in everything.
I'm really excited.
So am I.
Especially because I have received so much from you already, just to be more attuned to myself. And I'm just so excited for other people to kind of get a piece of that as well.
I think that, right now, the way that I look at it, especially right now, everybody's mind is really up in the air with what's been happening lately. And, the energy field is being put out there. There's a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of chaos. But this is also the same time, the way I look at it, that everything's come at a standstill for a reason. It is a time that we can now look into our lives and see what makes us happy, truly happy. Because you only have one life. And I want to be able to reach as many people as I can to dig within themselves to have the life that they've always dreamed of. And sometimes that just means we need to raise your vibration just a little bit. We need to change your outlook just a little bit in order to obtain that and not look at what we don't have, but what do you have right in front of you in this exact moment.
A lot of people separate spirituality from the other things in their life. But the more I connect to myself and the more I connect that, the better I am in business, family, and love. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that some people feel that way or do you feel that way?
I guess for me, growing up with this, I didn't really hit into my spiritual journey until, 6-7 years ago. So only then when I started learning about vibrations and energy and manifestation and, how to be confident, then I saw myself shine. Same thing with you in regards to business. How am I looking at clients? What do I need to do? My biggest thing was obviously your negative talks with what we call the ego, who's always kind of on our shoulder, telling us every bad thing that you can possibly think of to keep us at one level. And I had to overcome that of not listening to him. And I usually just flick him off my shoulder and say, not today. And try to spin whatever circumstances in front of me into a positive one. That's what makes you go forward, and that's what makes you cool.
Tia has helped so many people make small changes to help them live their best life. She is allowing us the inside look into this process. Her viewers are volunteering readings in hopes that some of you out there can relate and be inspired. On the call right now, we have Lucinda.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stare at you for maybe about 3 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes. Let me gather as much information as I can, and then we're going to get started, okay? Okay. Okay, so Lucinda, when I'm first looking at you, the first thing that I can actually see is that you have an insanely running mind. You don't stop thinking, my dear, at all.
That's right.
Okay, so we kind of need to bring that down a little bit. They're also telling me that you're going through slight anxiety, kind of in and out, in and out. So it's not enough for me to say, okay, you know what, maybe we got to look at, prescriptions or anything like that, right? Because you are pulling yourself out, which is fantastic. All right. Now I can tell that you're caring. I can see it right into your heart, but you get walked over all the time. All the time.
Yeah.
And they're saying, you're a lot like me, which means that typically you have a hard time saying no, right?
Right.
So they're telling me yours are more towards trust issues. So I feel like this is more towards, there's naming a little bit in family, some family issues, but mostly friendships. Is that correct?
Yes.
Do you find that when you're done talking to them, Lucinda, that you're like, holy smoke, my energy's done. Like, I'm done. That's it. Yes. Okay. So I don't know if you have been told this before, Lucinda, but the moment that you came on, you're an empath. You're empathic.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So right now, the biggest thing that you can do, because this means you're being hurt the most right now with the energy fields that are going on, right? So right there, you're going to have headaches, you're going to have migraines, you're going to have bouts of depression and anxiety. Then you're going to be going through bouts of nausea, not enough that you're going to be running to a bathroom to get sick, but having that kind of like, ugh, right? And then drained, like absolutely drained, and really hard sleep patterns. Now, I do have to ask you a question in regards to your daughter. So sometimes before I do some, meet people and things like that, I did have a visit last night around 2:00 in the morning. So I need to know, in regards to your daughter, was she very young when she passed?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So one of the things that she came to me was, she doesn't want to see you cry. She says, Mama, I'm fine. I'm okay. She's playing. And then she showed me how she wanted to dress up as a princess. She's like, I need to show you my outfit. I said, okay. So she put on a nice princess outfit, and she says, I play with my brother, but he's a little rough with his swords. And I'm like, oh. She's like, I'm right with him, but I gotta keep ducking because he doesn't see me. And she keeps going, his swords are going everywhere, and I'm afraid I'm gonna get hit. So has your son, is that resonating with you?
I have two that passed.
Oh, okay.
And I thought it was a little boy, but I didn't find out before I had him. And I knew, I felt it was a little boy.
Okay.
So when you said little brother, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, it was a boy.
That's,
I've had two.
okay, because that's what I saw.
Wow.
Right? So this is, validation and closure for you. Lucinda, they're okay.
Yeah.
They're okay. They're having fun. And is there, they're talking about some type of clothing. Did you keep a clothing? Was there pieces of clothing? Something's been kept.
Yes.
What did you keep?
Yes. I have her dress.
Her dress?
Yes.
Is there sparkles on it?
Yes.
She's saying sparkles. I like sparkles,
Yeah.
right?
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
They're always with you, Mama. You just keep on smiling, okay?
Will do. Thank you so much.
All right, have yourself a great day. Thank you so much, and we will talk soon.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Take
Bye-bye.
care. Bye.
On the line now, we have Emilia.
I'm a psychic empathic medium that connects with those that are crossed over as well as your spirit guides. Sometimes in a session, both sides are going to come through. Sometimes it might be one or the other, right? One of the things that I want you to do is I want to ask you a question because they're showing me a mirror image. Is it more when you're looking in the mirror, you're not liking what you're seeing? Or is it more towards, you're not liking where your life is right now?
It's both, believe it or not.
Okay.
Both.
Okay. So this is what I need you to do. Obviously, in order to get out of, our mindset, things like that, we need to raise our vibration. Okay, Emilia? Now, meditation is extremely important to me. It's something that you see in all of my classes. I mention it on lives. I do all of that, okay? I want you to do the positive affirmations meditation, okay? Now, Emilia, I need you to do this for 7 days straight, okay? It takes 7 days in order to create a shift within our mind, okay? In order to get to the next level. So, on day 4, if you forget or you choose not to do it, guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna have to start all over again. Exactly, okay? So, I need this for 7 days straight. On top of that, your guides are telling me it's quite essential. I want you to get some sticky notes or even, like paper with tape. I really don't care, okay? And I want you to write down 5 affirmations that are important to you. I am strong. I am beautiful. One of the biggest things they're telling me is I am worthy, right? We're having some difficulty with you believing in that. So I definitely want that one to be written down. And I want you to place them around where you see a lot. So for me, I have 2 on my bathroom mirror. I have 1 on my fridge. I have 1 on the, I guess I could say like the window, right? Above my sink in the kitchen. And then I have 1 on like the main floor bathroom, okay? So the object of this is that every single time you go past it, you must say it out loud. Because it's repetition, repetition, repetition. The next one we're gonna do is gonna be releasing negativity, okay? And that is going to be allowing you to get some of that negative aura out. All right? We're going to build you up first because that's what we want. I think you're absolutely beautiful. And I want you to be able to look in the mirror and feel that confidence within yourself, right? We're all unique in our own way, okay?
Right.
So then we're going to go through our releasing negativity. And once we have finished that, because that's going to be another 7 days, right?
Right.
Once we finish that, then we can go on to raising our vibration. And the raising your vibration can be done in music or it can be done in guided. By the time you get to the step 3, that's when you're going to start feeling good. Okay? And, on top of that, as I have classes up, things that you can look at, I'm always trying to figure out different ways that we can be more confident within ourselves. And I understand that we can all slip. It's natural, especially when the whole whirlwind kind of comes down on us, right? But this is a time where, you need to relax and make sure that you're taking some time for yourself. Go have a bath. Light those candles, close the door, and relax. Because your mind needs to relax. Because you know that if you take care of yourself, you're going to be so much better taking care of others. And then you're going to smile more. You have a beautiful smile. You're going to smile more and you're going to feel more vibrant, okay? So that for today is my advice to you.
On the line now, we have Cindy.
Hello, Cindy. How are you?
I'm all right. How about yourself?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you so much for joining me.
He's a biker.
Well, definitely jeans. He's like, there's no way that nobody's taking away my jeans. And he's all about boots. Boots?
Yeah.
Now, is he really big into like boating or fishing? Because he says all about water and fishing. He's like, it's all about the water. Okay. So
We went fishing all the time. And he would jump in the water just to get the fish because they would try to take off this bowl. Or it would be a snapping turtle and he would just jump in and try to cut off the line and then the turtle chased him out the water.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Because one of the things that he showed me, which makes me know that he's like like somebody who really loves fishing, is that he's like, you want to check out my awesome like fishing tackle box? But this thing was like so many layers. He feels as though you're stuck. There's something you're stuck on. And he's talking to me about a situation you don't know which way to go. So you're kind of at a crossroad right now. And he's saying, you know the answer deep within you because it's in your gut. The problem is that it's going to be a hard decision. And he wants you to know that he's right there beside you, honey. He's right there. You don't go through this alone. He's talking about feathers. Feathers. Are you seeing feathers? Or something about feathers, birds, feathers.
I've been doing a lot of workings with feathers.
Really?
I'm always going around and it's something that I have to go and gather a feather, or the working that I'm doing has got to need a feather.
Okay, so acknowledge that. That's the validation for you. He is watching over you and he's there. And he's saying, you know, he loves the artistic side that's coming out because you're going back to your roots. And that's what he's loving. He's like, you need to be true to yourself, right? And, you know, find the passion that you have, because only then will you be able to bring the things that you want in your life to you. Okay? So just give me 1 second. I know he has something else to say. So I'm actually going to channel him for just a minute. I'm going to let him come in and I'm going to do some, just some writing. I'm going to let him take over and do some automatic writing. Okay, so just give me 1 second. I shall allow you to enter my body to use my hand to give the message which you need to give. Ready? Start. Okay, let's see what he said. You are stronger than you think. Keep your goals within reach. I look down on you in balls of lights. You have this. Spread your wings and soar. I love you and will be here no matter what. Just call my name. It's okay. It's okay. You're not alone. You're not. And the balls of light that he's talking about are the little orbs. He says you're catching them out of the corner of your eye. Okay? You're welcome. You're welcome. I know that you needed to hear. Sometimes we never know who's going to come through, right? I work for spirit, so, you know, you never know who's going to come through, but I'm really, really glad that he was able to come through and at least give you the message that you need to hear today.
I'm your host, Maria Gagliardi, and I thank you so much again for joining us here at Crossroads Medium. One thing we would like to do is to end every episode with a tip from Tia. Tia, what's your tip today?
Tip today, we're going to be talking about grounding, everybody. Grounding is such an essential service right now in this day and age. Everything in this world is energy. Right, Maria?
Definitely.
Everything is energy. And with everything that is happening right now in the world, There's so much negative energy that's being projected out into the universe because of uncertainty, because of sadness, because everybody's pretty much losing their minds, right? And grounding techniques right now are able to supply you with your own energy space. So what I'm going to teach you right now, Maria, is I want you to put 2 feet on the floor. I want you to close your eyes. And I'm going to follow my voice, and I'm going to bring you through the grounding technique that I teach everybody and my students. So I want you to take a nice deep breath in. Hold it and let it out. We're going to do this one more time. Deep breath in. Hold it and let it out. So I want you to picture a vine or a rope going around your waist. 1, 2, 3 times. It's then going down the back of your leg, and you're going to push it into the ground. We're going to go through the layers of sand, stone, rock, and crystal until we see a bright white or golden light. I want you to clip onto that light and then make your way back up through the layers of crystal, rock, stone, and sand to where you're sitting right now. I then want you to picture a protective bubble going all the way around you, above and below and beside. Starting from the top, facing outwards, I want you to choose a mirror of your liking, any mirror, as long as it's facing outwards. Starting from the top, I want you to go around your bubble. Keep going around. Almost there. Once you get to the bottom of your bubble, I want you to repeat out loud 2 times. I ground, surround, and protect myself.
I ground, surround, and protect myself.
One more time.
I ground, surround,
and protect myself. Something that simple, when you are clipping to the center of the earth, is creating your protective space. The reason why I am asking you to choose mirrors facing outwards is because negative energies will bounce off of those mirrors, so that you will be able to stay in a higher vibration. You will also be able to learn a lot that goes on within your mind to your body. If you are having trouble coming down through the layers that I am telling you to go through, then you need to know that at that moment, is there something that's happening in your life? Is there something on your mind that you might be bothered with? If so, you need to acknowledge it and figure out how to release it. If not, then there is a possibility that negative energy has come into your space. So you must push through that to get to the center. Something like this every single day will lessen anxiety, will lessen a running mind, will allow you to be a lot calmer, especially those with overactive minds. And it's 5 minutes out of your day. Something that simple. And all of you can do this.
Well, I feel amazing and grounded. I hope all of you out there feel a little bit grounded. Tia, is there anything you want to say before we go?
Yes. As I always say, everybody, be grateful, be humble, smile, but most of all, just be. Until next time.